I used to think that happiness was just one that occurred away, but when I brought more stuff into my house, I didn't bring more happiness. So all it did was just honestly give me a short thrill, which died super fast. So in this video, I'm going to explain to you how moving to a low buy period has not only helped me change my finances, but it's also helped me unlock a more happy and abundant life. So my breaking point wasn't even that significant. It was just this constant low grade anxiety. It wasn't a closet full of a bunch of stuff that I really don't use. And it wasn't a dramatic overflowing amount of clothes in my closet because I've decluttered my stuff before. It was really just the fact that I started buying again. I started buying a couple extra pairs of shoes. I started buying a couple extra clothes, and I started buying books that I wasn't reading. A few of them are actually behind me, and I need to start reading those. So here's the epiphany that I had. The problem was I got sucked back into consumerism. I was led by my desires. I bought something and I felt unsatisfied. So then I felt like I needed something else. So I was led by my desires again. I bought something and I felt unsatisfied. This cycle sucks. My home felt a lot less like a sanctuary and more like a place to store my anxieties. And that's not okay. And that was my wake-up call. So I started this low buy experiment, and it was really all about being more intentional, being more frugal. It wasn't about deprivation, but it was all about leading a path of values. It was all about living in my values. It was about being more intentional with my time, my energy, and my money. So in order for me to do this, I actually switched to cash allowance. If you want to watch more on that, you can see this other video here. You realize when money is coming and money is going. So for me, I actually end up spending a lot less because I'm realizing, does this actually help me move forward, or is this actually distracting from my values and my overall goals? Having clear goals is super important, as well as having a why. If you know the reason why you're doing something, you're a lot less likely to fall back into the trap. And if you start to, you can bring yourself back to center with remembering your why. Why did you start this in the first place? For me, I want to get back to not only my emergency fund, but I want to get on my vacation fund. We have some big goals coming in our life. In order for me to do that, including running this business, I have to make sure that I'm saving appropriately and using my money to help me move forward. So one huge thing I realized that didn't have anything to do with my finances was that it wasn't the clutter in my wallet, it was the declutter in my mind. Honestly, I have been able to go out and enjoy myself in nature. The declutter in my mind was much bigger than the clutter of my wallet. I no longer worry about what to buy next. I'm not focused on other things that are outside of my control. I'm living in my routine. I'm enjoying my daily life. I get up in the morning, I go to the gym, I go to work, and I really enjoy the work that I do. And I come home and I focus on my YouTube channel and I relax and then I do it again. I am less likely to be sucked into consumerism because I realize I have my goals and I have my rules, so I'm paying close attention to that. But I also am driven by my values and I'm driven by what's important to me. So having that why was important, but when it comes down to it, my mind is so quiet because I'm not focused on all of the little things that are going on in the world because I know it makes me happy and it's not about stuff. I have moved from a scarcity mindset to an abundant mindset. And what that means is that I'm not stuck on saying, how am I going to fulfill myself? I know that I am enough just as I am, and what I'm going to do is help make the world a brighter place, and a part of doing that is taking care of myself. This process has helped me move from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset. And when you live in scarcity, you think that nothing is ever enough. When you live an abundant mindset, you realize that everything is enough, that you are enough just as you are. And living in my routines has helped me realize that my day-to-day interactions are enough for me. The relationships I have are enough for me. Me buying stuff isn't going to change that. The momentary happiness that I experience when I buy something is just a sugar rush. There is no long-lasting change, but I realize that when I'm being truly joyful, it's spending time with others, it's having those experiences, And that actually aligns perfectly with my low buy period. This reminds me that money doesn't solve everything, but having money in the right space at the right time can make your life easier. So being intentional with my money is important. Getting back to that savings goal, getting back to the vacation fund, getting back to the other goals that I have for my YouTube channel and my other work that I'm doing outside of here on my coaching is super important to me. So I'd love to hear from you. What's one area in your life that you want to be more intentional in your spending? Comment below. And thank you so much for watching. This channel is all about being just 1% better each and every day. I believe, and everyone on this channel believes, that when we reset just 1% better each and every day, we can change the world.